Quick kick to the midsection, starting off the action from Cespedes. I talked to Cespedes about Solorio missing weight, Jeremy. He said that just means it shows that he's not ready to face what I'm going to bring. Big punches there from Solorio up close, though.
Well, he seemed ready right there as he landed a big right hand to the side of Rolando Cespedes. And again, any fighter that has 21 fights is going to be a dangerous fighter. And right now, he's got the initial takedown on Cespedes. Good work by Cespedes to get back up and now push Solorio up against cage with a nice right knee.
Solorio, a nice reversal to get Cespedes up against the cage. Jeremy, like you mentioned, Solorio taking the fight on late notice. Was apologetic towards his opponent when he missed weight.
Some good punches on the inside by Gabriel Solorio. And again, Cespedes ate one of those punches and looked up and said, well, you know, gave an indication that it was damaging.
Solorio has had Cespedes up against the cage for most of the fight so far. Just a minute 20 in. Trying to take this to the fight. Solorio swarming now. Cespedes went down. Solorio had his back momentarily, gave it up, Jeremy. And again, it could be that confidence in the ground game that I'm not sure Solorio has in his own ground game at this point to give that up and go back to striking, trying the dirty boxing up against the cage.
And Cespedes pushing Solorio up, but again, Solorio was very effective at being able to counter what Cespedes was doing. It was a good position that Cespedes was in, but Solorio able to slip out. And so again, this is a very good fight for both these guys as Cespedes has that strength and that determination and now in on the double, but Solorio with that experience, it's really showing in the cage so far, Ryan.
Yeah, looking like a wily veteran, just 26 years old, but already 21 fights. And again, some big striking up against the cage, firing up that knee.
Still pressuring forward is Cespedes up against the cage, and a nice punch landed there, a nice left hand. But it looks like Solario's really picking his moments, and now down to the ground, and this time Cespedes on top. And let's see what he can do to work from here. He's got a little bit of ground to make up, Ryan.
Halfway through round number one between Cespedes and Solorio of 3 possible rounds. Both fighters now a big elbow there, trying to find the armbar. He may have it and gave it up. Jeremy could have shifted his position. Again, the confidence in his ground game not necessarily there for Gabriel Solorio. Maybe had a shot at that armbar submission.
Well, it looked pretty good there, and perhaps maybe playing a bit of possum, because as he's moving from submission to submission, he looks a lot more comfortable than he's had on the ground.
Although once you've been training for 21 fights, if you haven't picked up some kind of ground game by this point. So again, it may necessarily not even be a skills issue, but a confidence issue. Cespedes with a big hammer fist and driving Solorio up against the fence. Solorio, nice reversal.
Good work by Solorio to get out from under that position. And now he can get to work because he's been getting the better of it on the feet.
Tried to catch the kick and use it to go in with Cespedes. Ate a punch for his trouble and now a knee. And again, Solorio, when he separates, he's got very quick hands, Jeremy. Landing several punches in quick combinations.
Nice takedown by Solorio, catching the knee of Cespedes. And now working from the top. The butterfly guard for Cespedes and a good right hand from Solorio.
Nice elbow as well, working the ground and pound. Another nice elbow there up against the cage. And again, now into the mount. The elbow came down. Cespedes in trouble here, Jeremy. Solorio teeing off. Cespedes has got to get out of that quickly and does. Squirts free. But a good round here from Gabriel Solorio.
And again, Cespedes looks very calm on the ground, despite the fact that he's been hit with some pretty big shots and he's perhaps losing this round. That's another nice elbow from Solorio. But again, remaining calm is very important. It's a long fight, and it gives these fighters, again, if Cespedes can come back and have a good break in that 60 seconds and come back strong in the second round, could be a different fight, but so far so good.
And again, it is Rolando Cespedes coming out of the red corner in the gray and black trunks, the black shorts, and a nice combination there from Gabriel Solorio.
It's a leg kick cross, and it was very good. And a capoeira kick by Cespedes trying to close the distance. And another nice kick blocked partially by the glove. But look at the footwork and the striking here from Gabriel Solorio early on in this fight. And I think Cespedes is a bit flummoxed here.
Yeah, I think maybe didn't think that Solorio would be coming as polished as he is as a striker. But again, you don't get 11 professional MMA wins unless you can throw punches. And he's certainly doing that here, jumping in with a kick and keeping him at bay with the teeth was Rolando Cespedes. Solorio, another head kick and a big punch, trying to find a home here for the strike. Solorio, very polished, Jeremy.
The danger of those head kicks, other than landing on the head, is as Cespedes is blocking with his arms, he can actually could break an arm, and you've been seeing that more and more as people are blocking those head kicks with their arms and actually fracturing their arms. So there's double danger here from those dangerous kicks of Gabriel Solorio.
Cespedes threw a leg kick. Solorio used it as an opening to get in tight. Has his opponent now up against the cage, looking for a takedown. Nice punch to the midsection. Again, pressure has been held on by Solorio through the better part of the first round and now into the second. Again, stalking his opponent, keeping him close.
Cespedes looking to turn his hip, but good double unders from Solorio, and another takedown for Solorio, and back to work on this top position. He has delivered as promised. He's been throwing some very exciting striking in so far, Ryan.
And again, trying to pass in the half guard, now forcing Cespedes back to the mat. Cespedes trying to roll into it, but is unable to do so. Solorio, very effective here, Jeremy, from the top. And again, even if he's not landing a lot of damage, he's taking any time away from Cespedes to make an impression on the judges.
Nice short elbows here, landed almost halfway through round two. Good pass by Gabriel Solorio, switched his hips and was able to step through, and now inside control. And this is a dangerous position for Rolando Cespedes as Gabriel Solorio is going to get to work here.
Yeah, Cespedes again trying to roll in, but unable to do so. And now again in a half butterfly guard here, not that far from the mount, is Solorio. Cespedes has had no answer for this attack from Solorio on the top. Now holding his head down, but getting an elbow for his trouble. Very effective work here from the top for Gabriel Solorio.
And again, he doesn't give Cespedes any chance to set up any sort of defense. So as he's sitting here in this top position, he's landing, and every time that Cespedes looks to change something, he eats a punch for his efforts. So again, a swarming attack here from Solorio, and you can see he's almost looks like he's baiting this arm triangle to try and slip it in here.
Trying to find an armbar again and giving it up quickly with Solorio, but Cespedes rolls out and winds up on top here with a minute left in round two.
And Cespedes is going to have to do a lot of work to erase the hard work of Gabriel Solorio here, like you said, Ryan, with just over a minute remaining.
So Gabriel Solorio spent the majority of the round in control of it, and Cespedes trying to find an opening here to make an impression on the judges with under a minute to go in round number two of 3 possible rounds here at Hard Knocks Fighting. Big elbow thrown and just missed. And nice strikes from the bottom. Again, staying busy is Solorio.
There's a good elbow. These are good setups here from Cespedes, but I don't know if it's going to be enough unless he starts getting very drastic to steal the round from Solorio. So again, with short time remaining, Cespedes really has to take advantage of this position while he can to try and slow down Gabriel Solorio.
Cespedes with just over 10 seconds remaining in round number 2. Trying to land punches. Big up kick there from Solorio. Big punches now down from Cespedes. Cespedes trying to end the round. Nothing for Solorio. Nice little show of respect there. Touching gloves. Check the leg kick.
And you can imagine in the corner of Cespedes, they told him, hey, you're down. You're gonna have to get in there. You're gonna have to throw caution to the wind. And that's a nice little combination, catching the kick and throwing the big right hand for Cespedes. These are good punches from Cespedes. Now a knee, and wow, nice takedown from Solorio, stopping the momentum that Cespedes was building up.
Yeah, saw an opportunity and got away, and now landing strikes. Very precision striking, but maybe in trouble here. Cespedes trying to find an arm-in guillotine. This one could be trouble for Solorio as he's trying to find a choke here. An arm-in guillotine. Cespedes trying to end the fight, and Solorio slips loose.
So tough near the end of the fight. You're sweaty and you're able to slip out because of that, but good toughness shown by Gabriel Solorio to be able to outlast that arm-in guillotine. And now Solorio probably looking to work and stay safe. He's got to know he's up 2 rounds to 0, so he's going to work position before power.
And Cespedes on his back, eyes closed, working by feel. Now Solorio again, like you mentioned, Jeremy, has got to think he's up 2 rounds to 0, so he's not going to offer any dangerous positions like triangles or anything that could be slapped on last minute. Again, Cespedes comes in with a record of 5-2. Solorio 11-10, but Solorio lost most of his fights. He's by submissions, so it's something he's got to be wary of here as the 3rd round gets to its midway point.
And there we go. There's an arm triangle attempt from the bottom. It's going to be very difficult to finish from there, and he does let it go. And now to work again, Cespedes has got to get up off his back if he's going to have a chance to win this fight. He's got to find a way perhaps to shimmy up that wall, but Gabriel Solorio is doing an excellent job at keeping Cespedes at bay, keeping him away from being able to switch.
Some nice punches up against the cage for Gabriel Solorio, who's trying to posture up now. Nice elbow there. And Cespedes trying to kick him away. Big up kick, but goes right back into it. Solorio very effective here.
Now with almost a north-south position is Gabriel Solorio. Has to watch the wall walk, and good work by Solorio. You see he puts his arm in between the legs of Cespedes. What that does is it makes it so Cespedes can't switch his hips anymore. He can't turn it over. And now as Solorio works his way back to a position that he feels more comfortable with, he abandons that.
And again, just driving in, refusing to let Cespedes get up.
Cespedes has to watch those up kicks, because if Solorio is still down, those up kicks could cause a penalty.
Yeah, the last one came pretty dangerously close.
But at this point, I'm sure he would take a penalty if an opportunity came to get up off his back or perhaps deliver a blow.
Yeah, a 3rd round win wouldn't do it for him. Although now reverses position and has something in, looking again for that arm-in guillotine. Fish hooked him a little bit, referee right on top of it.
Gabriel Solorio pointed it out and said, hey, that's where it is. And unfortunately for Cespedes, that's not a legal way to get somebody, so obviously having to let it go.
Again, Cespedes underneath Solorio. Solorio, a very effective fight to this point. 1 minute left in the 3rd and final round as Gabriel Solorio looks to get 2 fights over 500, move to 12-10. And again, just 26 years old, lots of experience for this young fighter, and it certainly is showed here tonight.
Short time remaining, and again, good work. Cespedes was on his way up. Solorio abandoned what he was doing and went position first. Says, hey, I'm going to end up on top. If I can keep on top, the probability of me losing this fight turns to 0.
So again, Rolando Cespedes has spent a significant portion of this fight and in this 3rd round on his back and has been unable to get away from the offense. of Gabriel Solorio. Used precision striking on his feet and very effective use of his weight and his body while on the bottom. Jeremy, an excellent fight here for Gabriel Solorio. Just 5 seconds left, and he'll swarm, adding a couple more insults to injury, and this fight is over.